Now, this isn't our usual content, but I knew I had to cover this because it relates to a lot of things that are going on in the world right now and a lot of things that we talk about on this channel. So basically, I'm going to rip the band-aid off. If you are a K-pop fan, it's a sad day for you. It's a sad day for us guys. So if you are unfamiliar, K-pop is South Korean pop music. It's South Korean music in general. And personally, I have been listening to music worldwide for many years now, for most of my life, to be honest, because ever since I fell in love with music and started seeking out music on my own in my youth, I found that a lot of the music in the West, especially the hip hop and the rap and stuff, and you know, those genres were incredibly toxic and incredibly sexist, and and the lyrics were disgusting. I was very turned off at one point from American music as a young person, so I decided to see what else was out there and seek out music elsewhere. And plus, I got bored. I got bored really easily with sound, so it kept me interested in music to be listening to music in Russian and music in Japanese and music in, Jamaican. And eventually, I found South Korean music, and I fell in love with a lot of very talented groups, and I listen to them to this day. I don't really listen to too many of the newer artists just because it's overwhelming to keep up. And honestly, I feel like their golden era is over. I don't know if that's controversial, but I feel like the best music that was coming out of Korea was like mid 2000s and early 2000s. Anyways, so I just keep up with a few groups, and one of them is actually NCT127, and that's where my video is going right now. So tell me why. I was about to go to sleep last night, and by last night I mean early this morning because insomnia and overworking, my sleep schedule is messed up. But anyways, tell me why before I went to bed there was an article that was saying that a member of NCT 127 is being kicked out of his group due to sex related crimes. I had to reread that a few times because, first of all, his entertainment company that manages him, they're called SM Entertainment, and they are known for protecting their artists. Like they protect them from scandals. Everybody knows that about them. If something ever comes out about somebody, what they'll do is they're infamous for holding back their artists from the public for a little while. It's called a hiatus. They'll hold them back for maybe a few months to a few years, and then they'll drip feed that same artist back into the public eye and say, well, they've reflected on their bad ways and they've changed. That's how they handle scandals. So for them to just throw this guy under the bus, just kick him out, just leave him to the wolves, basically, is very telling. People were like, yeah, whatever he's been accused of, they have hard evidence. Like he clearly he's guilty. And I have to say allegedly and supposedly, he committed these things, but he's in talks with the police right now. He's cooperating with them, but it looks like it's real. Like whatever he's been accused of, if there's that reaction from a company like SM, it's real. But anyways, so yeah, I wanted to drop this video onto the channel today because if you guys don't know, the 4B movement came out of South Korea. It came out of the women and the girls there who are so oppressed, and they deal with sex-related crimes on a daily basis. It's a country that is very much infamous for hidden camera-related crimes that take place towards women and girls in bathrooms and stuff like that. They've had online chat forums where they were trading pictures and videos of unsuspecting women and girls. They had their Burning Sun scandal, which was a whole thing that involved a lot of celebrities and even politicians. In that country, you can't even loudly declare yourself a feminist. You can literally be harmed. So that's why a lot of women are very careful not to say that they're feminists. That's why even though South Korea has one of the lowest birth rates in the world, you can't really find too many women who are going to loudly tell you, yeah, I'm a 4B feminine. They're not going to tell you that because it's just too dangerous. Even to walk around with a book that has been deemed a feminist book can get you canceled as a celebrity. So it's real out there. The discrimination, the hatred of women is so real out there. They're going through another underground chat room forum bust where groups on Telegram have been allegedly found trading pictures once again of classmates, even family members, and creating deep fakes and sharing them to these forums. It's gotten so disturbing and so gross. So just in the midst of all of this, we have this major scandal, this takedown of this major idol, which is what they call their celebrities, this major K-pop idol. So people are like, interesting timing, right? So I'm going to get into it properly so you guys have a better idea of exactly what's going on. Just in case I sound like I'm all over the place, I apologize. I'm going scriptless right now, which I don't do too often. But yeah, let's just jump into today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and share, and let's get into it. So for those of you who don't know, Moon Taeil is the full name of the NCT member who has been kicked out of his group as of today officially. The group debuted in 2016, so he's been active as a singer for 8 years. He was their main singer. It's such a shame because I think as far as technical singing goes, fans of the group and even people who are not fans of the group agree that he was like their best singer. Personally, he wasn't my favorite vocalist in the group. My favorite vocalist would probably have to be Doyoung. I just like his husky and really versatile voice a lot more. But that group, they've got amazing singers, they got amazing dancers, amazing rappers. Like literally that group could do it all. So it was a very popular group with millions upon millions of fans worldwide. So it's no wonder SM kicked him out, threw him under the bus before he could wreck their reputation further. But let's get into an article. So this is the member of the group in question, and former member now. And let's just read this short article together. So it says, SM Entertainment announces that Taeil has been removed from NCT due to unspecified sexual crimes, and he's currently under investigation. There's another picture of him, and it says, in a post shared by SM Entertainment on their official social media account, SM Entertainment announced Taeil's removal. That's the official post, but it's been translated. And this is what it says. This is SM Entertainment. We have recently confirmed that Taeil has been implicated in a criminal case related to sex crimes. While looking into the situation, we recognized that the issue is very serious, and we have decided that Taeil could no longer continue team activities. We have discussed this matter with Taeil, and it has been decided that he will be removed from the group. Currently, Taeil is faithfully cooperating with the police investigation, which he has no choice. Like, if they've already implicated him, if they have evidence against him, can he back out? Can he be like, no, thank you? He has to comply, so doesn't mean anything. We will share additional statements as the investigation progresses. We deeply apologize for the controversy caused by our artist. They've kept it short and sweet for now. There are faint whispers of rumors of what could be the crimes, but just because there's so little information, people are like, it looks like they really jumped ahead to protect themselves, and like it looks so bad. I'm gonna actually head over to Twitter, and we're gonna do a little bit of reading to see what fans and just people around the world have to say about the situation, because it really is breaking news. Even if K-pop's not your thing, you're not really in this music space and in this entertainment space, just know that people around the world, I don't want to say that they're spiraling, but people around the world are talking. They're talking. So let's hear from them. So people say, I really hope that other male celebrities will be exposed just like Taeil, because I'm 10,000% sure he's not the only one involved in these kind of crimes. All scumbags need to fall. I agree. Period. He's one that got caught. Who else is out there, Standing NCT from pre-debut, so before they initially became a group, till this day, you wouldn't expect something like this from Taeil. Just shows we don't really know anything about these guys other than their whole idol persona. We can't really trust any man at all, and that's true because Taeil was actually probably the quietest member. He was the quietest member. He seemed the calmest, honestly. Didn't say much. I didn't know him whatsoever. Anyway, but I didn't really know him much at all. People keep saying he's like the least likely person in their mind. He would have been the least likely person, and it just goes to show you how difficult it is to vet these guys when they tell you choose better, pick better. You guys just want the thug, you guys just want the this and that. Well, look, the professional singer who's the quiet guy in the corner, look what he's doing. So can you really blame people? And I just want to say too that all of his group members have unfollowed him on Instagram, on different platforms. They've taken down his photos, and I'm sure that's more to do with the fact that hey, I don't want to be implicated in this. I don't support what he's done. I don't really know what their mindset is. I'm not sure if it's more so, oh, he's an evil guy, let me get away from him, or just I don't want to be considered this person's friend because of how he's being seen now, you know? But yeah, like everyone has turned on him, as they should. But it's like, did y'all not? Did he not? Okay. Moving on to the next comment. Somebody says, so Taeil basically essayed a woman, blackmailed her, sent unaliving threats to her and her hospitalized mother, hid a camera on her phone. I'm so effing disgusted. We don't know this yet. This is actually part of the rumors that have just started circulating in recent hours. We don't really know why he was kicked out of his group, but that's the most common one that I've heard right now, this rumor. So I can definitely keep up to date with this story and let you guys know more about it if I hear anything. Someone else said, you know what's more sickening? Taeil has a younger sister. And then another person said, what kind of crazy person commits a sex crime and then shamelessly shows up at fan meetings where 99% of his fans are female. And I think like that's why they try to push this narrative that there's so much purity in that culture, because so much of K-pop music is directed at people of all ages, but particularly preteens, particularly kids. So like that's what makes this all the worse, honestly. South Korea is known for its oppa culture, and oppa in Korean is, it translates literally to older brother, and it's a term younger women use to address older males, such as like older brothers, cousins, male friends. And calling someone oppa suggests a close bond and trust. And sometimes people who are dating will even, like women who are dating, they'll call their partner oppa. So it's like, it's an endearing term. Basically, you see oppa culture in the music industry, you see it in the K dramas that are really famous. And it's just so insidious that, like, there are so many disgusting males in these industries, you know. I And not only that, like, for a long time Asian men have had it very difficult being seen as masculine and desirable to women collectively around the world. They were always seen as a lot of the time anyway, they were seen as effeminate and just not masculine enough. And these perceptions are obviously born out of patriarchy and also out of racism. And it does the opposite to black women, you know, where it's trying to claim that like black women are too masculine. So they've been harmed by stereotypes in the same way that black women have been harmed by stereotypes. But thanks to K-pop and K-dramas that were pushed out to the world within recent years, South Korea alone has changed the way that people see Asian men. They see them as much more desirable. They're suddenly getting brand deals everywhere. And so they were able to clean up their image and clean up the image of Asian men collectively, Eastern Asian men at least, around the world. And that's some really good marketing. I have to say, that is some really good marketing. I watched the world hate on BTS and show disgust towards them and make fun of them and claim they look like girls and all this stuff. And then I watched the world embrace them and suddenly, oh, they're so attractive and they're so amazing. And you know what I mean? Like, we watched the world shift the perception of South Korean men, only for those same males to turn around and tarnish their own image, because they can't, a lot of them can't help but be undesirable males at the end of the day, who are just disguised in beautiful clothes and nice makeup. At the end of the day, a lot of them are just like the males everywhere else, and a lot of them are misogynist, a lot of them are disgusting. And so, like, people say the dust is global. Just because you put a pretty face on it, some plastic surgery on it, doesn't change anything inside, you know? So it's interesting how I watched South Korea change people's perception only for people to realize these guys are just the same as guys everywhere else in the world. Everyone is the same. But yeah, let's keep reading. Someone else says, and here I thought that Taeil was the greenest flag in NCT. Little did I know, I'm gonna vomit. That's really sad. This I just discovered like in like recent minutes, I suppose. People are claiming that this is the account that's been calling out Taeil as an abuser since at least July or June. Like, they're claiming this is the person who took him down. I don't know if this is true. You can pause to read some of these comments. They've apparently been writing under Taeil's Instagram and under SM Entertainment's Instagram, calling him a criminal, saying that he's been threatening them. Again, I don't know. Right now their account is set to private. I'm gonna read a couple of other comments that I screenshotted just to make sure that I could find them because I found them very interesting. So one person says, and it's not on the screen, it's on my phone, so my comments are not going to match what you're seeing on the screen. But one person on Twitter had said, Taeil of all people, this is a big effing reality check that we don't know these men at all. This Taeil case really goes to show how vile men are all around the world. That B had a broken leg and didn't work for months, but still got involved in sex crimes. Shameless. Another person says, I will always side with justice and the victims. As of today, I'm no longer his fan and would not want to be associated with him ever again. Thank you to all the friends I met along the way, but he is dead to me. Another person says, I hope what happened with Taeil becomes a wake-up call for all of you. You don't know what's going on behind the cameras. Never be too quick to defend your favorite male K-pop idol. I hope his victims find peace. And that's been me too. I don't defend any of these people. And that's another point that I'm so glad this person brought up because I remember at least in the mid 2000s, there was this shameless statement that people would make about male idols in particular when they do bad things. And the quote was, Appa didn't know. Appa didn't know. Appa didn't mean it. It's this babyifying, it's this infantilization of men from different cultures and just people from different cultures. We in the West, some of us like to pretend that people are so much more innocent and they're like childlike, especially if they're of certain races too. It's like, oh, they're just like innocent little children, even though they're 20 or 30 plus years old. They're just an innocent kid they didn't know. And people would have to be like, no, they understand this stuff. When these people would be prejudiced, like doing all sorts of really offensive things to people of different cultures, they would love to say like, oh, Appa didn't know, like, and it's like, no, they have like one of the fastest internet speeds in the world. They absolutely knew, you know. So I'm just glad that people are speaking so much differently now. Like, thank God for Gen Z in that regard. Like, thank God that they're not part of that whole Appa didn't know bull crap. Like, that was more millennials when they were younger, and it was so disgusting. But the next generation is like, no, we're holding everyone accountable. Everyone knows, everyone has internet, everyone can read, everyone knows. Everyone knows what they're doing. And like I said, thank goodness for that. Yeah, these people are not children. They might act cute and stuff, and that's part of their culture. Like, you know how, like, if you guys are familiar with Japan, they have, like, kawaii culture. They have a similar culture in Korea as well. So the Korean version of, like, being cute and of embracing cuteness would be aegyo, and a lot of idols and a lot of celebrities and stuff like that in South Korea, they will engage in fan service for the fans called aegyo. So they'll do like cute things and they'll, interact cutely with each other and do cute little peace signs and stuff. And it's like, but they're not children though. Like they can emulate children, but they have the mind of adults, you know? But people who are fanatics who can't think critically are like, no, these are like big babies. So I'm just so glad people are having their rude awakening. There was one person on Twitter who said that I wish foreign K-pop fans understood the reality of what being a Korean man typically entails. Your favorite male idol might be handsome and talented, but that doesn't change the fact that he was educated and raised in Korea, just like any other Korean man. While not every man is the same, you can't simply assume that the idol you like is free from such issues or is somehow special. If you were to bring up issues related to misogyny in Korea with your favorite idol, you might find that he's not much different than the incels you see on Twitter. And that was a word. They added that if you continue to support K-pop unconditionally without boycotting the aggressive misogynistic attitudes of Korean men, the problem will not change. A new handsome male idol may emerge in the future and you may end up liking him. However, the deep-rooted misogyny in Korean men won't change, and similar incidents will keep happening, leading to repeated disappointment. They continue by saying that Korea is lenient only towards men, and most of them react by saying that women are just overreacting. In Korea, if you call yourself a feminist, you can be threatened with violence. This is the kind of society Korea is. And that's why there's not many women who will publicly speak about being 4B. And then another person, a male, said that the issue is the audience they target too. Precisely, K-pop targets young people who might get enamored with the idol or group, and then it's done for. Yeah, that's what I was saying as well. Like, they target young people, and so they don't know that, hey, these are just regular guys. Don't get too close. You can like the music. Music is music. Like, if you like a song, it's whatever. But, like, don't imagine that these people are suddenly better than every other man in the world. They're not. They're just basic, normal people. Another person says that since the Burning Sun scandal, and you guys should look that one up if you want to be scarred, my perception of K-pop idols has changed entirely. There's an unsettling sense that everything about them is carefully manufactured. From their polished behavior to the rehearsed way they speak, it feels like they're always wearing a mask. That's the idea. They are. Celebrity culture in general is fake. Anyway, like I said, this is a story that is still unfolding. We still don't really know the true situation because SM Entertainment ran ahead of the scandal and ran ahead of the rumors and made sure to kick him out so that when the truth comes out, their company and the rest of the group doesn't look that bad. Yeah, if you guys enjoy this type of content, please let me know. Yeah, it just goes to show you, anybody that's on TV, anybody that's in these entertaining music videos, anybody that's in these movies you love, you don't know them. We don't know them. I didn't need to be told this. Mind you, I was still, don't get me wrong, still shocked. But I didn't need to be told this. Disgusting. I hope his victim gets justice as well. And I'm glad that SM didn't try to cover for him. I guess they wouldn't have had a choice, right? Would have made them look even worse. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. If you made it this far into my video, you're a legend. Because, like I said, going off script, I feel like I'm rambling, but I just had to talk to somebody about this because this is crazy. All right, see you in the next one. Bye.